Oh yes.
All right. Welcome to the first ever live episode of the Ringerz Wrestling Podcast. And we have a big topic planned for this special episode. It's the State of AEW address. And I am joined by two special guests. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'll let you go first, Alex. Your blood.
All right. Well, okay. I'm Alex, and that's about it.
Oh, come on, man. You can do better than that. Bro, come on. Talk about how long you've been a wrestling fan, how long you've enjoyed this. Come on. Don't be camera shy, man.
I've been watching since probably roughly 2006. Really got into it about 2011, 2012, and I haven't looked back. So
now that's more like it. That's an intro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Escobar Morales, one of the founders of the C&E Wrestling Podcast. Just like Alex,
Great friends of this podcast.
Yes, great friends and stuff like that.
what a plug!
That's right. Got to use that plug and stuff like that. I like to mention as well. I also started watching pro wrestling around 2006. I remember watching the DX reunion when I was like about 5 years old, and then I started watching very religiously like around 2011, thanks to the Summer of Punk and Money in the Bank 2011.
Yes,
I've just been head on deep ever since. I'm also I am 1/3 of the AEW World Champion with Alex and Zach.
Yeah.
We are the triple champions of this promotion.
Oh, yeah.
And, I'm just ready to talk about some wrestling and just give our insights, explore the interviews. And you know what? It's not going to be toxic like wrestling Twitter, because wrestling Twitter is just toxic in general of,
yeah.
I don't like this, I don't like that. So what we got for the state of AEW?
You've made my job much easier with your very elaborate intro.
I try.
Let's talk about Kenny Omega. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say I was very hyped for him to win the world title.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he went to Impact and won that title. And, well, yes, him winning it and having them both is not a horrible idea at all. But Kenny is only helping Impact with his reign. He's gotten
Honestly, he's not though.
He's gotten more eyes on Impact, more pay-per-view buys on Impact, more asses in seats on Impact. What has he really done for AEW with him having two titles when the only thing he's really done is brought the title on Impact TV?
Alex, I was seeing you shaking your head for a minute. You're kind of in disagreement, so I'll let you take. I'll let you take the floor for this one, and then I'll give my input after yours. So go ahead. What you think, bro?
Impact's not really doing all that great. They're only getting about 100K viewers a week. It's not really that good. He isn't really well. I mean, I haven't.
He's
really watched, but
they're like every other week.
But like, it feels like he's more of an Impact guy than an AEW guy.
Mhm.
which is odd. Well, I don't know.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that part. Do you have anything else you need to add before I make my point or whatnot? Because I'm not going to make it a soapbox, but I just have a lot of details I like to point out.
Go ahead.
I can honestly say this, ladies and gentlemen. As much as I was happy for him to win the world title, I thought it was pretty cool. You know, I'm going to be the one in the minority here, and I've even struck a bunch of debates, interesting views with people. I'm honestly not a fan of his belt collector gimmick. I know.
Me either.
I will be honest with you. I have seen this gimmick before, thanks to Ultimo Dragon back in the '90s with WCW when he had the IWGP Junior Heavyweight
16 titles.
Yeah, like
His
at
arms
least
were draped. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and on top of that too, he had the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship at the time, the British Middleweight Championship, the WCW Cruiserweight title. Like, I've seen that before.
He was a god at one point.
He was. I mean, one of the best junior heavyweight. But I'm not saying that Kenny Omega's belt collector gimmick is what's making him like the worst in wrestling. Kenny Omega's not a bad athlete at all. Easily one of the best in the world, and that's by far like a
story in the world.
See, ooh.
Hold on. Let me make my point. I'm almost there. Don't worry.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not trying to gaslight nobody, so don't worry. But the thing is that with him having the AEW World Championship, the TNA Championship, the Impact Championship, the AAA Mega Crown Champion, I honestly agree with what Alex said. He's more of an Impact guy than he is an AEW guy. And I guess I'm not sure it's because they're trying to increase more views or trying to work with the cross promotion with All Elite Wrestling and Impact Wrestling. But I'll be honest with you, I feel like his Impact Championship matches are way more memorable than his AEW title matches.
And
like,
if you think about it,
right,
because of Kenny having their title, Tony Khan has paid to show AEW ads. So they're helping boost ratings and giving them money.
That is true. I also feel like, as well, in my opinion, that I feel like this storyline that he's currently having with Hangman Page and the Dark Order, I feel like this is the best. Also, this is the best storyline for Kenny in regards to his AEW title reign.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit this. I was so heavily influenced with his rivalry with Jon Moxley because, you know me, and if the fans don't know, I love all types of wrestling, and hardcore wrestling is in my top 3. So when I was hyped about this exploding barbed wire death match, and then seeing the no pun intended, seeing the dud explosion that it impacted, I was just like, like. I just wasn't feeling it. And I'm not going to lie, it just feels so weird now with them, like with Kenny now aligning himself back with the Young Bucks, back with the Good Brothers. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I mean, I saw this back in New Japan back in 2014. Not 2014, ladies and gentlemen, 2015. Like, I've seen this before. And I personally feel like they're kind of like, as much as they don't mean to, it kind of feels like they're just kind of like rubbing off New Japan sometimes by like, oh, we're together now and everything like that. You know, it's like they pretty much took the storyline they were running with in New Japan back in 2015, then bringing it over to the States. That's how I see it personally. Once again, not taking away no credit.
Kenny,
what it is though.
Kenny is one of the best in the world, but his current gimmick, it's not good, and it's not his fault. It's just it's not doing what they thought it would do. I don't know. I've always loved Kenny, but
right,
and no disrespect to him at all, but he cannot pull off more than one title. I'm sorry, he can't do it.
Really?
He can't do it.
I don't think he can be a heel, in my opinion. He was a good heel when he was with the Bullet Club, in my opinion, when he was the cleaner. But the thing
Yeah.
is that his momentum has skyrocketed so much that he's like became a fan favorite. I mean, for
Mhm.
crying out loud, look at his first Dominion match with Okada when they went to that 60-minute draw. Kenny Omega was the heel in that match, but yet he was getting cheers like he was a babyface. I mean, Kenny Omega is loved by people. And this is what kind of sucks sometimes about the kayfabe aspect of pro wrestling, because whereas, like an example, I know this is AEW, but I'm going to mention WWE for a minute, like Roman Reigns, for an example. Back in 2015, 2016, he was supposed to be a babyface, but people were booing him out of the building. Now he's a heel, and people are cheering him like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So
He
He
is.
is, though. He is.
no, like, I think that's wrong. But think about it, like from a kayfabe aspect, it's like the boos that we were giving him in 2015 to 2016 is what he should be getting right now, whereas the cheers that we're getting now was supposed to be for him a few years later. And I feel like in regards to Kenny, and you can continue, I'm sorry, and in regards to Kenny Omega, you can't, with how good he is right now, with how his power is, he can't be a heel. Like, he just can't. Like the Young Bucks are better as heels because the Young Bucks are annoying, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're arrogant. So that would make sense for them.
You love to hate them.
Exactly. It's just like, God, like, it's annoying.
And like they're overrated and they know it.
Oh yeah. That's like
I
I
mean,
said. He can't be
They
a
are,
heel.
though, a top, like, 3 tag team currently.
That is true too.
Well,
but I feel like with
and-
them being cocky, it was what makes us hate them. It's like they know what they're doing. They can back it up. Whereas with Kenny Omega, it's like, okay, I get it. You're trying to be a heel. You're trying to be this cocky, arrogant prick. But the thing is like, you're famous all over that we can't hate you. I feel it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of like with John Cena. Like, he was famous and he was so good that turning him heel would do what? It would still make him strong, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so I feel like if Kenny Omega was a face with the belt collector, it could work. When he's like, you know what? He could do something like, I'm the greatest wrestler in the world. I'm gonna show it to everybody. I'm gonna show everybody what AEW is all about when I'm going after every single title in the world. You know what though? I'm still waiting for him to challenge Nick Aldis for the NWA Championship. I'm still waiting.
If that match happens, you have
Nick
no
Aldis is winning.
idea how hype I will be. And I believe I said this on episode 2. In my personal opinion, Nick Aldis is the best wrestler in the world.
He's had a huge
Today.
improvement back when he was Brutus Magnus back in Impact. Like, he's had a major character change and everything like that. And he has Mickey James for a wife too. So I mean, like, he knows what he's doing.
He's winning in life.
He's really
winning in life.
He's winning. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't he just reach past what, like 1,000 days as the NWA World Champion?
I believe today is 1,003 of his
sweet
second reign. He's a god. Nobody's beating him.
Think about it. Cody beat him once, and ever since Nick Aldis got that rematch back, he hasn't looked back since.
He's a menace.
But back to Kenny Omega real quick. It's just, as much as the gimmick's okay, I see what they're trying to do, but I can't make it get over. So I'm gonna ask you guys both questions. I'm gonna start with you, Zach, then Alex, you follow up afterwards. How would you make edits or revise this belt collector gimmick right now? What would you do to make it like intimidating or like that heel persona? What would you have?
I would for sure make my company's title my main priority. If he wants to pull off this heel character, he should be like I'm coming into your home and I'm taking your title and I'm gone. I'm not coming back because
Right.
that would leave the other brand's board to come up with like, man, what do we do now? He stole our title. We can't do anything. Instead of having him collect titles, have him take titles.
Ooh. So kind of like if you think about it, like let's say for an example, like it could make the AEW title procedures. What he could do is that before he challenges for the Impact title or challenges for the AAA Mega Crown Championship, he could face them just for their title and not the AEW title. And
Have a
and then
loophole.
once he beats them, he'll take the title. And let's say like you can make like a little like a background like underground layer. You guys remember how it's in the SmackDown versus Raw games when you had the little
Yes.
trophy cases where you had like complete
Yes.
Raw season
Yeah.
mode.
Hell yeah.
You know how they had the title like the title glass case? He'll have something
Yeah.
like that, and he'll be like, okay, I have the Impact title here. I need to get the AAA champion from this company. I must get the IWGP championship. But like he'll have the AEW title at like the very top because that's like the ultimate wrestling title to get. And he'll be like, I must get this, this, and that. I feel like that would be kind of cool.
See, and he should take this time to prove why this title is the true wrestling title.
Right. Right.
Alex, now you.
Well, I would let him lose the title, preferably to Hangman. Whenever that's happening,
Probably All Out.
give him a goal. He's done everything. He needs something.
He needs Roman Reigns.
to chase. You know, like if you have everything, what are you gonna do? Give him a goal. Let him lose. Let him cry about it. Like, make him a wuss. But, like, that can back it up, though.
I can add on to that for you because I like what you're going with this. Because this is what we can do. Think about this. If we were the bookers, we should do it like this. So, coming up in August is AAA's WrestleMania show called Triple Mania, and Kenny Omega is facing Andrade for their world title. You could do something like this. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll even go back a little bit. We're going to go back to Slammiversary a week or two ago. We'll have him lose the Impact title to Sami Callihan, and Kenny Omega's going through a withdrawal, and he's like, man, I can't believe I lost this title, but you know what? I still have the AAA title, and I still have the AEW title. It's okay. So he's riding momentum and stuff like that, cutting all these promos on Dynamite, showcasing what he's worthy of, and then he gets ready for his match against Andrade and AAA down in Mexico City. He loses the AAA title, and you know what? He's just going crazy, and he's like, you guys remember how back when Mankind first started doing his promos when he was like in like that little bingo like a dungeon or something, and he has like a little rap and he's rapping forward. We can have Kenny like do this with the title.
He's like just going in about it.
And he's like, you know what? This is the only title I need. I can't do it. Like I must hold on to this title. And then he'll get paranoid, like how Triple H was back in 2005 before he fought Batista at WrestleMania 21, where he'll literally just have anything happen just so he can hold on to the title. It's where it becomes his obsession. And you know what? And then that would make the AEW title relevant because he'll make cut promos saying like, "You don't understand. This is one of the newest titles in all of wrestling. I'm only the third person in history to have this title." He's like, "I'm the best wrestler that deserves this title," and he just like becomes possessive over it. Which will then, when you bring in Hangman Page, he'll be like, "You know what? I've said since 2019 I wanted to be the first world champion, and you know what? It's been at least 2 years now, and all out, I'm gonna prove it when I beat your ass for that title, and you have nothing left to prove." Then boom, you are all set. There you go.
Do you guys think they did Andrade's debut wrong?
In regards to
Because
Andrade,
I do.
um, I'll be honest with you, I don't feel like he needs Vicky Guerrero,
Mm-mm.
in my opinion. Like,
Here's-
no disrespect to Vicky, but I feel like with her making the announcement of Andrade, I thought fans were just like, it's Vicky. She's annoying. Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. Eh. But then when he came out, like, it seemed like the crowd had like a 3 second delay. It's like, who's that? It's like, oh, it is Andrade. Okay.
To me, they should have had him come in the Casino Royale and win it. And then he should have got a mic and said, "Kenny, at Triple Mania, not only do I want the Triple A title, I want the AEW title also. And if you had any balls, you put up them both."
Yo. Well, I'm not sure if you guys have seen recent AAA footage, but there's literally footage of him cutting promos on Kenny saying, "I don't understand why we have a dirty ass Canadian having Mexico's top prestigious title." I'm like, dang, like Andrade, like I get it, you were upset with Vince, but I didn't. Why the savagery all of a sudden, my boy? Oh my god.
Okay.
What's the next topic? I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking.
Speaking of Kenny, let's talk about the struggling women's division.
Oh boy. I'm going to take off my title for this one. It's gonna be a headache now.
They were going good with Britt versus Rosa, and the
that unsanctioned
build,
match?
yes,
That was hype.
the build up for Britt was insane. The
Oh yeah.
best work of that whole division. And then she won the title. And the division, once again, is at a decline.
Now, I can honestly say, sorry to cut you off, Zach, my apologies,
No,
but
you're good.
I can honestly say that the women, they just need to, I feel like they believe in the women's division, but I personally feel that like they focus more on a lot of the male talent sometimes to where they're like, oh yeah, we got this for the females. Like, I'll give you a prime example. My favorite AEW women's wrestler is Hikaru Shida.
Mm-hmm.
She's beautiful, stunning athlete,
Mm-hmm.
Joshi style competitor. Like, I'll admit, in my opinion, she did a better job being a champion during the pandemic than Drew McIntyre was with the WWE title. That's just my opinion. Now, with the fans coming back into an attendance and everything, it's still a repetitive issue. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the women's division was still a major struggle even when AEW first started.
Oh, it was horrible.
It really was. And I'll be honest, like I don't feel like, in my opinion, this is just me, because once again, like I've been stirring up a lot of hornets' nests lately. I feel like the best women's division for any wrestling company, honestly, has to go to the National Wrestling Alliance, in my opinion.
Yep.
Because here's the thing. Not many fans research nor take the time to learn about new things with the business like the three of us do. Like, it's good. It's hard for me sometimes to explain to people on Twitter or on Facebook about, okay, this is why Maki Ito is dancing and singing because of her characters like this, or this is why Hikaru Shida wrestles like this and has this type of technique. I mean, it's like they're so used to what they're seeing back in WWE sometimes that that's okay. Because don't forget, WWE weren't no saints either with their women's division. I mean, for crying out loud, the women were just there to freaking just show off their assets and just look pretty and look good for the crowd and stuff like that, which we all didn't mind. Let's be honest.
Oh no! No! We loved it.
Yeah, we loved it. But the thing is also is that it really didn't do much from an athletic standpoint nor from the sport standpoint. And it's going to be hard for that. Go ahead.
And while the women of the ruthless aggression era, they had brawn panties. They had paddle on a pole match. They had 2-minute little matches. I would much rather see women kicking ass than showing ass, because wrestling it's not a body sport, it's a talent sport.
It's come so far that like I can't watch the old women's stuff.
I mean, we can. We can.
No, because
well, that's a Peacock on screw up the stream.
Yeah. But like they're getting the time, the training. They're equals now. Like I forget when it was, but Bully Ray had an idea of Charlotte and Orton going at it.
It was supposed. He said that for last year's SummerSlam.
Well, like, just think about that. We went from them being strippers to them being in these
main events
kinds of talks. Could you picture that match?
Charlotte versus Randy Orton. Oh my
yes.
God! I just
be incredible.
I just see Matt Riddle trying to come down, trying to stop Charlotte, and then she ends up like breaking the scooter, like hitting him in the face with it.
It's that with they have the talent, the training, but they don't have the time.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. It's about that time management. You got to learn how to separate that.
Like, I can't name you 10 women on the roster.
You can't? I can.
Go ahead.
You have at least. Go ahead. Okay. You got Penelope. You got Hikaru Shida. You got Penelope Ford. You got Dr. Britt Baker. You got Yuka Sakazaki. You got Riho. You got Layla Hirsch. Thunder Rosa. You also have the Bunny. You also have Chris Statlander. And Serena Deeb.
Serena Deeb is very, very good.
Yes. She was really good.
To the casual you'll then they only know probably 3 of them.
You know what? You're not wrong. I'll give you that point. I'll give you credit on that one.
Because the whole thing is it's for like the purists of wrestling, but like for newbies or whatever, they're really hard to get into.
And like they have amazing women, but with the little time they get, they can't form any chemistry to have a good match.
But they have all the resources, though. If you think about it, I want you to think about this. We have AEW Dark Elevation. We have AEW Dark. You have the internet. For crying out loud, like, I remember when they started promoting the WWE app with the exclusive promos that you can only see, or you could instantly hype some of that stuff up on all the other shows.
But
I will admit this, though. AEW does need better marketing. I know, but I feel like if AEW has better marketing, like they have the roster and everything, they're good, but marketing and business and promotion is how you do it. Trust me, if you were to get somebody that had the mindset of a Paul Heyman that worked in AEW, I guarantee you, women's division is going to be on stack, that the mid card is going to be recognized more, and I'll even give you one further. The TNT title will have a chance to be as prestigious just as the AEW World title.
And I really hope with Rampage, they take that show and put more women on it. At least for like maybe a month to form chemistry with each other.
Yeah. From looking at it, it seems like Rampage is going to be like WCW Thunder, like it was to Nitro, and how SmackDown first started where it was to Raw, where it's going to be a secondary show, but it's also going to be like, in case you missed what happened on Dynamite, we're going to further this storyline, but we're going to take you back right here. So as long as they're consistent with their episodic appearances, that'll be really well. However, it's like I said, if they want this women division to get fixed, you need to do better marketing. And you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. I don't think wrestling companies should have like their business be set on one person, if that makes sense. Like, think about it. In the WWF back in the 80s, Hulk Hogan was primarily the main target. In the 90s, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin. Then later on, you had The Rock. And then in the 2000s,
John Cena.
I mean,
Lesnar.
I don't think Lesnar, but I don't think you should have your company set on one guy or one woman or anything. I feel like you should kind of divide it up, kind of like the founding fathers of your company. Like, I feel like they're doing that a little bit with the men for AEW, because you got young stars like you have MJF, you have Sammy Guevara, Kip Sabian. I haven't seen him in a while, but Joey Janela, I was a huge fan of Joey Janela. I feel like they could do that for the women. I feel like if you revolve the women's division around Dr. Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, Riho. No. I'll replace Riho with Chris Statlander and Indeed. I feel like that'll be definitely something worth to do.
And like AEW did an amazing job at building Darby Allin.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot
he is incredible.
People haven't even heard of him until
Fighter
Fest. Yep, with the 20-minute draw with Cody Rhodes.
Yep, that's right. And I remember when I first saw him, freaking Cody threw him into the middle rope, and he flew in the middle of the rope out of the turnbuckle. And then when
I won't even lie,
and drop on the apron.
That was my first time even seeing him. And
Hey,
they took him from like, oh, who the hell is this guy? To yo, Darby Allin in the main event? Yes, please.
he's been a major star.
A lot of people say they can't grow talent. They made Darby Allin. They rebuilt
Cassidy.
Miro.
Yes. Yes. Now that you mention it, yes. This guy has definitely been majorly built. Orange Cassidy. He's a popular one too. Like I remember seeing him at the Double or Nothing.
And he's good as hell.
He is.
Like,
I remember fans would be like, "Who the heck is this?" And then now he's like one of the most over and popular guys.
Mhm.
I'll tell you another person that gets slept on. His win-loss record may be kind of iffy, but we'll get to the win-loss record later on in this episode. Is Wardlow? Like I love the steel cage match between him and Cody Rhodes.
He's amazing.
Like that Swanton bomb he did.
When that cage match, I was like, who the hell is Wardlow? This big dude with apparently so much talent. Cody Rhodes, if it wasn't for that match, I don't believe we'd be talking about him right now.
I agree. And the thing about that too, that was also his first match for AEW. Like, and that's like a huge resume for him, honestly, to be your first match in AEW is a main event with Cody Rhodes in Atlanta,
and a cage
Georgia,
match.
in a steel cage match. And we haven't seen another steel cage match since. And I feel like that's what makes that match more important too.
I think Cody gets a lot of hate.
He does.
He's done quite a lot. He helped with Allen, Wardlow, Black. Like,
you know what? Even Brody Lee, rest in peace, Brody Lee.
Yes.
Like I don't know anybody that would take an ass whooping like that from Mr. Brody Lee
No,
for the
that is the greatest squash match of all time.
Like Cody he's really helped them create talent because of how he's a draw and
he's diverse with his knowledge too.
And going over on him is huge. It's so huge.
The only thing I didn't like about Cody, and I guess I'm not trying to channel my inner Jim Cornette, is his kayfabe thing. Whenever he did is when he did the TNT title open challenge. Like whenever like he would get done winning the match, he would just stand up. He wouldn't sell the injury as much. He'll go over there and shake their hand, and it's like, bro, you just went through a grueling 15 to 20 minutes for a title, and you're shaking the dude's hand. Like that thing that makes sense to me. But I wouldn't go as far to say that I would hate him for it. It was like a little annoying. But you know what? I'm thankful because you know what? Cody Rhodes was able to help out wrestlers like Eddie Kingston, who was one of my personal favorites. When they did that no
amazing.
Match.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he grew on me quite a lot. Yeah.
And same here.
If it wasn't her power, I wouldn't even know who he is.
Honestly, if it wasn't for NWA power, I wouldn't know Ricky Starks.
He is amazing. I love Ricky Starks.
Let's see. I think I have a shirt. I also have another shirt of his if I can find it. It's somewhere, but it's like I said, like I will admit this though. I do believe that Ricky Starks, and this is going to be a bold statement, I believe Ricky Starks has what it takes to be the Rock of AEW.
Honestly, I wouldn't even hate that. He's got charisma charisma, the talent, the gimmick. He has it all. He's God.
He does. And he's a former NWA television champion. And I mean,
Yes,
that's
a
been held by Arn and
title.
Paulie and all the great. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Somebody that I love and I don't know why is Caster, right?
Max Caster.
Caster? Yes.
Oh, the Acclaim, the one that does the
Yes.
rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I tell you what though, freaking, can you imagine if we had like a instant like promo class that's taught by Max Caster, Eddie Kingston, and MJF? Like, I guarantee you, I wish those were our English teachers back in high school, man. Like,
my
I mean, like,
God.
we would have learned so much. Learned so much about the literature and
Telling me.
everything.
Lord.
But back to
So-
the women real quick. Like I said, you just have to do better marketing with it. But that's all I gotta say. So what's
Yeah,
next?
we quickly got off topic.
I know we were talking about the women, the other stuff, but just better marketing for the women.
The tag team scene, when the company first began, yes, their tag team matches were always phenomenal. They gave tag team matches the Roman Reigns treatment, and they shoved them down our throats every week. And I appreciate tag teams more now, but having them be like every other match,
Yeah.
that's overkill.
Give me an example, like on what type is it? What about like is it regard to storylines or just regular tag team matches that have no story?
Like some of them just make just 0 sense, but they're good matches, but they don't really make sense. And some of them weren't even teams. At least now they have teams actually forming. They have tag teams being treated like main event.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, and because of that, the FTR, I almost called them Revival.
Fuck the Revival.
FTR has quickly become, in my opinion, the greatest team in the world because they're old school wrestling. They're extremely talented. They cherish the rules of tag team wrestling. If it wasn't for them in NXT, I would not have known there was a tag rope.
I'll admit that too, and I'll even say this honestly, and I love FTR. I love them when they were the Revival in NXT. I love them when they were on the main roster. I just love them. I'm also a little bit biased too because they're from North Carolina, and I feel like North Carolina brings out the best tag teams and factions, like the Four Horsemen.
Yep.
But I want you guys to think about this. You go as far as back to the NWA, or when you want to go to the early stages of the WWF with Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. And there's literally interviews stated by both those men that said there were always moments in tag team matches where I just had to tag my partner in, and I didn't even have to tell him what to do. He already knew what to do. And you know what? Seeing the chemistry of what FTR is like between Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, I'm not gonna lie, I prefer their style of tag team wrestling over like
Young Buck.
the Young Bucks, and
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. I'll tell you what though, a dream match I would love to see. I want to see 90s ECW Dudley Boys take on FTR. I feel like that would be an excellent matchup to have. And this is gonna be controversial. I'm gonna say it. Um, I have not enjoyed a Young Bucks match since their Revolution match with Kenny and Hangman Page.
That
I'm not
match
gonna
is
lie, it's too
incredible.
long. Not gonna lie, it's too long, and I get annoyed at the false finishes they always do. It just bothers me sometimes. I'm a fan of like if you have like 2 or 3 false finishes, but if you keep having the same one over and over and over again, it's like, okay, I've seen this before. This is what's gonna happen and everything like that. But that's just me though.
And
that match is
Good.
like probably the greatest tag team match I've ever watched. Like
I agree with you.
everything just it was perfect.
here's an unpopular opinion.
Right.
FTR versus Young Bucks wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't. I didn't like it at all. I'm honest with you.
It could have been so much better. I feel like it was too short. The wrong team won, and they should have promoted it much better.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't this match mainly promoted based on like FTR breaking up the Elite pretty much between Hangman and Kenny? And then I'm not gonna lie, the ending of the match kind of upset me because it was like, okay, freaking Cash goes up for a springboard 450, gets cocky, and then loses to a super kick. Like I'm not mad. Like it just bothers me because it's like the Young Bucks have super kicks as their standard moveset. It's
Yeah.
not like there's Shawn. It's not like there's Shawn Michaels from the '90s where the super kick was devastating. Like the super kick is just now a basic move in the arsenal. Like you couldn't lose to like the Meltzer driver, the BTE trigger, more bang for your buck, and stuff like that. Like, and on top of that, I didn't like it. I thought it was a little sloppy in my opinion. If I was honest with you.
If it wasn't for FTR, if they weren't a tag team, I strongly believe tag team wrestling would be a lost art.
I agree. I feel like they brought
They're
prestige back to tag team
last
wrestling.
classic team.
Yeah.
Even back
And
in
that-
NXT, they were great.
Yeah,
Especially
that-
the match against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa from NXT TakeOver Toronto.
that is that's what FTR and Young Bucks should have been.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it's just like
Alex,
I said, the tag.
did you have something you want to add?
Yeah, man.
Their finisher is the greatest tag team finisher. It's so brutal.
Oh, the spike, the assisted spike pile driver.
The
The
what's it called now?
Shatter Machine was.
Oh, you're talking about when they do the code
That's not
breaker.
what
Yeah.
it's called now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called now? Because I have no idea.
I think it is Shatter Machine, or was that what it was called in WWE?
I have no clue what it's called anymore.
I don't know anymore, but it's so
It's like Time Crusher or Shatter Machine or something like that. But
it's so brutal.
it
Like,
is
name a better move.
3D.
the Doomsday Device from the Road Warriors.
Yeah, but
Oh.
like,
Oh, you're talking about current.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Um,
you can't. Like, it's really good,
yeah,
and it works.
I agree with you on that one. I think it's better than the Uso Splash, the New Day's finishing
That
move.
move that's so stupid. The splash. Like, come on.
They're Samoans.
Come on.
It's in their nature. They're in their...
Like, at least have like something to set it up. That's not a kick. Like,
That's why I like the
add
Team
on a
Extreme
Samoan
combination.
drop or something. Like, having it just be a splash. That's weak as hell.
I see your guys' point on that one. Oh
That's
my
weak
god.
as hell. Anyway,
Oh my.
anything else on the tag team scene in AEW?
The tag team scene gets more love than the women's division, and that's just sad.
Yeah, it really is.
That's it.
Now, speaking of more time, more work, they've worked very well at the power ranking system because it started out as it just being there, but now if you're number one, that actually means something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it really started with Baker.
Yeah,
I agree. It started with Baker for the women, and then for the men, when Taz did that promo on when he was getting ready for Full Gear, when he was like, Brian Cage should be number one in your system because that Mox match never counted because he never tapped out, and Ricky Starks has won 10 of his 11 matches, and he's not even ranked. So, and plus that promo, when he was like, Tony Khan, you got a ranking system that I believe in, and that passion promo and stuff like that. But I agree. I feel like Britt Baker made that ranking system, especially for the women's division.
And MJF, when it started, he didn't lose, and he was consistently missed for title matches when he was undefeated.
But that helped him out though when he did that State of AEW promo. Remember?
Oh yeah,
it wasn't until his feud with Mox at what
All Out.
Yeah.
That All Out 2020, I believe.
Finally got his time when he did not ever lose, and it took him that long to get a match for a title.
I'll get flamed on Twitter for calling them out on this stuff.
I'll defend you. It's okay.
Yeah, like it didn't mean anything, and I'll get pissed off about that.
Me too.
So why include this whole system if you're not gonna use it? Because
that's what made me love AEW more, honestly, when they said they were doing that drinking system.
Because
it was a scam.
Even Hangman, he was number one. Then he lost once to Brian Cage, and then somehow Orange jumped up out of nowhere. And Pac became number two. Cage beat the number one ranked, and he was third. Excuse me? No.
Yeah. Like, That's one thing I don't get. Like, it's like that with UFC. I'm not sure if you guys watch UFC as much, but they kind of do something similar to that as well with their rankings. Where if you beat like a certain ranked fighter, you won't be at the rank you beat them at. You'll be like a rank or two below. Like, my thing in regards to this ranking system, I feel like they should have like a little press conference at the beginning of the year that states, I'm going to be going after this title and I'm going to be putting myself into this ranking system, or I'm going to be a tag team with this guy. We're going to be in the tag team division ranked at this. Like, I feel like if you have specific wrestlers ranked for different things, it would make it smoother. Because there's moments where I look at wrestlers, I'm just like, okay, you're ranked right here, but yet why are you fighting this person for a shot at this?
Yeah.
Like, it don't make sense. I do think it's good though how they acknowledge how you do need like a certain amount of wins or need to be in the top 5 to challenge for the title.
Yeah,
I'm thankful for that.
Saying that, it cleared up a lot of problems.
Because I'm pretty sure, how many times have y'all heard this? So you know what? I've invoked my automatic rematch clause in my WWE contract for this. Oh my god, how many times have we heard that? So many times. I got my rematch clause to do this, got my rematch clause to do that.
And something I'm trying. Okay, Colton Gunn. He is 20-0. Why is he not ranked?
Who?
Colton Gunn. He's not
Oh,
ranked.
Billy Gunn's done?
Yes, he's not ranked, but he's 20-0.
20-0.
20-0.
What?
He has. But this year he's 14-0. He had 6 single matches, 7 tag team, and 7 trios. He hasn't lost a match. Why is he not ranked?
Who's letting him go over?
Wait a minute. So
20 times?
Are you sure he hasn't had a single loss?
No.
And that's on the AEW web.
Yeah, he's not ranked. Because
That's
I was
wild.
watching
What the hell?
Dark Elevation last week, and that was the first time I heard of him. Can't even lie. And then I hear he's 20-0. I'm like, who? Why is he not ranked?
How is he 20-0?
He's a god, apparently.
He's Undertaker WrestleMania 30 status.
Like what? Like what the hell?
What the
Dude's
hell?
on the run of his life, and he's not even ranked.
Oh my, I didn't even know
Tony
that.
Khan, fix your shit.
Was he even any good?
Yeah.
He's the son of Billy Gunn. Like, think about it. Billy Gunn's won the breakup of DX, if you think about it. Triple H is miserable trying to figure out stuff for NXT. Shawn Michaels is losing his hair. Road Dogg's trying to get his life together. Billy Gunn literally left the company, went to another company, and he wrestled Tanahashi for the Intercontinental title. Yeah.
And
that's 20-0?
even Austin Gunn, he's 10-1. But why are the Gunn Club not facing Young Bucks? I don't get this.
Well, is
maybe they'll build up for them to win the Trios title, because you know they're planning on announcing a new title soon. So if we get a Trios title, that could be upcoming, you know?
Wait, out of all people, Colton Gunn is 20-0. Like what?
I'm speechless.
You know what? After this episode, I'm gonna go on Twitter, and I'm gonna say, give Colton a chance.
Like he's 20-0. What the hell? He's like, what the hell?
He's never losing, He's not even ranked.
How is he 20? Who's putting him over 20 times? That's wild.
Colton got. Oh my god! You know
And
what? That's some information I never knew. I'm still shocked. 20-0. Oh my god!
Speaking of this, let's talk about win-loss records here. Colton Gunn, 20-0.
They obviously.
Hang on.
They
Let me even. Okay.
matter.
So,
How is he 20-0?
Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy is, hang on, 50-28. Kenny, 47-12. Who else?
What about
Mark.
John Moxley?
John Moxley is 41-8. Miro, 16-1.
That's God's champion, man.
Matt Hardy, this one to me surprises me. He's only 20-6.
What?
12-3 this year.
I feel like I always see him
Why is he not
get
ranked
pinned.
either? He's not even ranked. MJF this year, he's 6-2. Overall, I feel like that's not correct. It's 25-6.
Really?
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. Colton Gunn still takes the cake for me, though. like
How is he 20-0? That
Ricky Starks got himself 30-7.
that's the FTW
To be
champion
honest, I feel like I've only seen him compete like twice. So how he's 30-7, I'll never know.
I think
Sammy
it's because
Guevara.
they also add stuff from Dark Elevation and Dark as well.
Sammy Guevara, 23-23.
I believe that he's been wrestling consistently.
Colton Gunn is
10
20-0. See, and
20-2.
let's say Colton Gunn is currently the pinnacle of all elite wrestling. Hasn't lost a match. People like Spears, 29-14. No, he's not. Stu Grayson is 40-9. I feel like I haven't even watched him have a match.
Dark and Dark Elevation and other stuff. Unless they include
Wardlow,
like
18-5.
Like
Colton Gunn, 20-0.
Colton Gunn.
that's
Colton Gunn
wild
gives
to me.
Colton a chance.
That's so wild. How?
Like but someone like Luchasaurus is 43-17.
Hey, he has a master's degree in medieval literature, man.
And he was on Big Brother.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So was Eva Marie.
Colton Gunn
Like
has a
that's
better record than a world-renowned
everybody.
veteran in Dustin Rhodes. Darby Allin is 33 and 15. Why the hell is Colton Gunn 20 and 0? Who even is
That's
this
so
guy?
bizarre.
Like, bro, I
I'm
don't
going
get
on
it.
Twitter saying give Colton a chance.
Like,
That's
They-
so wild.
out of everyone they have, the last person
He's
you
getting a
would want
push,
to
regardless.
be undefeated is Colton Gunn.
Wait, he's the only undefeated wrestler?
Yes. Well, not counting Christian Cage, because he's
No,
new.
no. Christian lost the battle royal.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay,
those count.
okay. Now, new debate. Now that we're talking about this win-loss record, if that's supposed to be important to lead you up to a title match, how then? So, do y'all think that the rankings based on actually winning and losing, or do you think it's based off popularity?
I think it's based off
I would hope off
whoever
winning
they
and losing.
In that case, Colton Gunn is to be number one.
Like that's so wild.
Like, Colton Gunn has the best record, I'm probably thinking, in all of wrestling. He's 20 and 0.
That's
Wait,
so.
He needs to
Who's
challenge
it?
Kenny or Miro.
How,
Wait,
who's
at the rate he's
letting him
going,
go over?
he's beating Miro. He's beating Miro.
That's
That's
it.
ridiculous.
That's what I'm doing. We're gonna put him on Twitter. Put him on Twitter.
I'm not even trying to meme. Colton Gunn has the greatest record I've ever seen.
It's better than Undertaker's WrestleMania streak because it's still alive.
In my lifetime, I did not witness Goldberg. But Colton Gunn, he's Goldberg.
Wait, no. Wait, Baron Corbin in NXT when he was undefeated for a bit, when they would count the matches when the bell would ring.
What was Asuka?
She was
No, Asuka. Asuka was undefeated in NXT.
yeah. And she didn't lose till Mania 34.
Yeah, against Charlotte.
But still, man, a complete nobody is 20 and 0, and he's not
that's crazy.
challenging Miro. But Brian Pillman Jr. is, and I love the Varsity Blondes, but if you're going to push anybody, it should be Colton Gunn.
Like that's
I'm being so
honestly
serious.
crazy.
Colton Gunn, at this rate, he's winning every title.
Like how is it? I can't even that's so crazy to me. How is he 20 and 0? That's so wild.
Like, oh my god.
That's ridiculous.
I think Colton Gunn has taken the cake on this review and just took over everything.
See, and I like to tennis book every week here. On this show, we just booked Colton Gunn as Goldberg.
We really did.
Like,
We even
that's
did the
so
we even did the
wild.
fancy booking of Kenny's idea to improve the belt collector gimmick.
What the hell?
Wait, I'm hopping back on AEW.com. Cody Rhodes, 42-12. Colton Gunn, 20-0.
Yeah.
Christian Cage, he's 5-0. Jericho, Le Champion,
The inaugural
30
undisputed and AEW champion.
30-11. Colton Gunn, 20-0. If he wins 10 more times in a row, he's better than Jericho.
That's so stupid.
Brian Cage, 35-8.
He needs 15 more wins to tie Brian.
Austin Gunn, his AEW career record, 26-2. Wait, Colton Gunn.
I'm speechless.
I'm speaking.
Like, how do you top that? You're 20-0. Who the hell are you?
And why
Wait,
aren't you
and-
fighting for a title?
Honestly, like,
But-
that's ridiculous.
But champions in past tenures with NWA, like Cole Boom Boom Cabana, is 32-16. Colton Gunn, 20-0.
That's
I-
so
and-
crazy.
Let's compare him to the women here.
Compare what's Sheeta's record? Hikaru Sheeta's record.
That's where I was going right now.
Like,
Hikaru Shida
time for
is-
cheap plug. Insert cheap plug real quick. Insert cheap plug real quick. Go ahead.
She is 39-9.
How is he
The
better?
longest reigning women's champ is a mere peasant compared to Colton Gunn.
Like,
So, Reina Deeb, a pure technician, a catch wrestler, 9-3. 9-3.
Oh. Wait, check
Colton
Nyla
Gunn.
Rose.
Nyla Rose is 38-13.
that's so stupid.
The only other person with 20 wins is Penelope Ford.
What?
She's 20-10.
How is he better?
But
How is he better than
Colton
half
Gunn.
the roster?
Colton Gunn, when the AEW game comes out, Colton Gunn is being pushed so hard.
Like, that's so
What?
crazy. That's ridiculous. Tony Khan, what are you doing?
Wake
What
up,
are you
man.
doing, Tony? And the words of Earl Cole from the Wrestling Experience, what are you doing?
Like,
Bro.
truly,
Captain Sean Dean.
you're a moron.
Captain Sean Dean, a complete beast, is 1-33. But Colton Gunn is 20-0.
That's so wild. That's insane.
my personal favorite in AEW, Scorpio Sky, 45-15. Once again, Colton Gunn.
I have a love-hate relationship with Scorpio Sky because the day of
He's
the
a
first
god.
All In. Oh, I know he is, but I had some words with him because he followed me on Instagram the day of the All In event, and then the next night he unfollowed me.
Damn.
That's
I was hurt.
Man,
I was like, but it's fine. I'm followed by Fight TV. It's okay. I'll take Fight
there
TV.
you go. Sponsorship, baby.
I'm
Sponsorship.
only followed by 2 wrestlers.
Really?
I'm followed by ECW legend Mikey Whipwreck
Okay.
and all day Mr. Marche Rocket.
Okay.
Scorpio Sky. If he follows me, I will go on a rant on how someone like Colton Gunn is undefeated, but Scorpio Sky has 45 wins and 15 losses.
Colton got.
Give Colton Gunn a chance.
Give Colton Gunn a chance. I'm
Wait,
with it.
how is he 20-0?
Oh my
Tony
god.
Khan is out of touch. What the hell?
Like, I pride myself on my wrestling mind because to me and to my cousins, my mind is one of the best wrestling minds they've ever seen. Apparently not, because Colton Gunn is doing something right. That he's 20-0.
You have to get him on here.
We need to. I gotta message him. I gotta.
If I could interview Colton Gunn,
It's
man,
a one-question interview.
why are
How?
you not ranked?
How are you 20-0? Your ass. Who even are you, bro? How are you 20-0?
Like, and speaking of having an interview, I put out a tweet about maybe a week ago. I can pull it up. Hang on. Some wrestlers that I would love to interview for my podcast. Marche Rocket, who retweeted it. So, there's a chance.
There you go.
The God himself, Slice Boogie. Cody Rhodes. Nick Aldis. Jericho. John Cena. AJ
Colton Gunn.
Styles.
But why is it? But is
Drew
Colton Gunn
McIntyre.
on that list?
Hang
What
on.
about Colton Gunn?
Hang on.
Get him on that list.
Drew McIntyre. Evil Uno. Because he's a meme lord. Why not?
He is. He's good on Twitch. I love him on Twitch. Plug insert.
Mark Henry. And Stone Cold. Clearly, I need to remake this list, take off everybody, and have it be Colton Gunn at least 7 times on there. Like, how the hell are you the new Goldberg and you're not ranked? That's
That's
me
so wild.
thinking of that. I have pissed myself off
What?
thinking about how Colton Gunn is nowhere near the top spot in any ranking system.
Like,
You know what?
who?
He needs to challenge for the FTW championship if he's not
Wait.
being recognized.
To close out this broadcast, which has been quite amazing.
Very amazing.
Really quickly, let's do a quick AEW top 5 power rankings. Who would like to go first?
Go, Alex.
Go right ahead. Starting with 5.
5, I'll do Sky, Scorpio. 4, Christian Cage. 3, Adam Page. 2, Kenny. Number 1, pretty obvious, Colton Gunn.
Oh my god. Now, is this based off logic or are we doing just our personal opinions?
It's fact.
However you want to rank them, go right ahead.
Like,
You know what?
Colton Gunn's at the top. He's 20.
All right.
He is pinnacle.
Put him in the faction. All right. Well, number 5, I would go with John Moxley. Number 4, I'd go with Christian Cage. 3, I'll have Miro. 2 is Kenny, and unfortunately, number 1 has to go to Colton Gunn. He's undefeated. Like
All
Bianca
right,
Belair.
all right.
That's so wild.
Undefeated.
Who is letting him go 20 times over?
All right.
Triple H wouldn't even allow that in the ruthless
Like,
aggression.
that's so weird.
Hell no. He would have seen Colton Gunn and he would have been like, "Who the hell are you? Why are you unbeaten, bro?"
He's like, screw it, I'm beating you tonight.
That's so
Colton
wild.
Gunn,
dude.
get to the back of the line, son.
Yeah.
Like
Unbelievable.
number 5 for me is Penta. I
That's good.
love Pentagon.
Me too. Best luchador. I don't care. Best luchador.
Number 4, Ricky Starks, because he's got himself. Number 3 is Miro. Number 2, Hangman Adam Page. Number 1 is Colton Gunn.
It's gotta be. Like, that's so stupid. How is he 20-0?
Colton Gunn he's the live to a fan of AEW right now.
Like, I can't comprehend that.
He's carrying the company on his back.
That's
Like,
ridiculous.
This title should be his.
The Walmart AEW championship.
Like,
That's
it-
bizarre.
it sucks that he has to go to Walmart to get what he has had already.
But I'll tell you what, though, he can get that AEW money and buy that replica title for himself.
Like, Colton Gunn, man. This went from a state of AEW address to a Colton Gunn fan club formation.
That's going to be the new group chat name. That's it.
Like,
Like,
That's so
Bro.
wild, dude. How are you 20-0? Who even are you?
Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Colton Gunn, if by chance you're watching this, bro,
everybody watches this
You
show. What you talking about?
you deserve to be AEW champ. Hear me out, man. Colton Gunn, 20-0, makes Kenny look like a bitch.
Oh God!
Well, yeah.
He said it, ladies and gentlemen. He has said it.
Like,
That's so wild, dude.
like, forget
I'm
Kenny
smiling about
having
this
I can't
get
stop smiling.
because, like, it makes
rid
no
of Kenny.
damn sense.
Kenny should not have all this gold. Hand it to Colton Gunn. Hand
You
it
know
to him.
what? Have Colton Gunn go up against Nick Aldis for the NWA Championship.
Have him beat it. Colton
You
Gunn.
know, that's unfathomable. Unfathomable.
Colton Gunn.
That's so wild, dude.
I got nothing to
can't.
say now on this show. I have nothing to say on the show now.
I cannot. I like
Speechless.
for this show being the first live show. This quickly became all about Colton Gunn.
But the last 20 minutes has been nothing about Colton Gunn.
Like, that's so wild,
Like,
dude.
Like, we've talked about Colton Gunn for so long. In my top corner, where it says I'm live, they added to it a timer. We've been talking about Colton Gunn for half an hour.
We really... You know what? We gotta get him on the show somehow. We got to now.
I feel like Colton Gunn might have been the perfect way to end this.
Yeah. I gotta let my uncle know. We need to see. I need to see if he has a T-shirt. I'm buying a T-shirt.
That's so
With
wild.
that being said, I
Alex is so speechless.
Like, I can't, dude.
like
How are you pointing it out?
if any other wrestling fan wants to be on this show, DM me. You're more than welcome to. Escobar and I will be doing about August 9th
Around the 9th, around the 8th of the 9th.
Fantasy AEW brand split draft, which if Colton Gunn's not one of our number one picks, I'm scrapping the whole idea.
Well, we have to see how much he does. I mean, like, anything can happen within the span of like 2 to 3 weeks now.
If by August 9th, Colton Gunn is unbeaten, I will buy a shirt of Colton Gunn.
All right. You know what? I'll say the same thing too.
He's clearly earned our money.
He has. The
Like,
prize
he's a
finder.
draw at this point. That's so wild.
Alex!
I can't stop.
All right. Well,
Before you sign off, Zach, I do want to mention thank you again for having me on the Bell Ringers podcast. Thank you for having me be part of the inaugural live stream. It was great talking about the state of AEW. Plus, give Colton Gunn a chance. And
his well-earned praise, he got it.
He earned it.
And as part of the 1/3 of us being the AEW World Champion, I salute you. Alex, what's your title? Get in on this. Yes, let's go. Let's go, gamers.
That's so wild.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you both for joining me. If you ever want to come back on, let me know. I would love to have this be a regular thing. Any hoodles to all the people who tuned in, thank you. This has been quite the live streaming debut. And I will catch you next week, where we will be back to our normal format of reviewing Power and Dynamite, which I believe that will be Fighter Fest. I lied. Fight the Fallen.
That's right. It's going to be live in Charlotte,
Yeah,
North
right.
Carolina next week. They come to North Carolina next week.
So hopefully you both tune in, because if not, then I will have Colton Gunn hit you with his finisher, whatever the hell it is.
No. Whatever the hell it is. That's fine.
And
I'll even
thank
join
you
you for the
for-
review if you want.
shit, I'm down.
All right,
Thank
bet. It's
you
confirmed.
for-
I'm booked for Fight for the Fallen next week. Let's go. Breaking
Thank
news.
you for tuning into the Bell Ringers podcast once again, and have a blessed day. Holy crap.
How are you 20-0? What the hell? I can't, dude. I'm smiling at how ridiculous that is. That's so stupid.
Thank you again for having me.
It's ridiculous. Holy shit.
Well, I got to go ahead. I got to get ready for a Money in the Bank review with Cameron. But Alex, it was great seeing you again.
Oh
Zach,
yeah, bud.
thanks again. So y'all take it easy.
All right, man.